Hi everybody, back again with another tutorial, one of many that I'm planning to put up. This one, you can follow along if you go to Cobalt Productions, no space, .blogspot.com.au. As this is my website, I've started making mobile apps under the name Cobalt Productions. It's just on the Android server. It's called Weightlifting Waiter, that I've decided to make tutorials on the blogs and updates on the blogs and tutorial videos and so forth. But yeah, so anyway, it's been a year since I've done a tutorial, so I thought I'd build another one. And I've learned a lot, so I think basically these should be better than the ones I did last time. Anyway, back to what we're talking about. We're going to create an object with an event. Now an event, is nothing new. It's probably what you've been doing with buttons with the click event and so forth. However, this is going to be different because you're making an object, a class, with an event. So how's this different? Well, basically you need to use delegates in order to attach code to the event. And yeah, so that's a nutshell of what is going on. This tutorial, let me start off by saying it's very object-oriented programming based, particularly encapsulation. How can I say this? It's very much adhering to what is object-oriented programming as much as possible in this, and basically it's trying to use a real-world example to explain the whole concept and program. Okay, so here we go. Right here we have a cow, a drinking trough, and a water tank. All these will need to have a class. Both the drinking trough and the cow, they're both going to need to have events attached to them, which are then programmed with virtual methods, and then assigned to in the main program. It's going to be a console application just because there's no real point in doing pictures and so forth, and it's the easiest one to really just focus on the code. So anyway, how this will work in the real world and how it's sort of trying to work in the program is basically a cow would drink from the drink trough, and the drink trough would be filled from a water tank or town water or something. For this example, there's a finite amount of water in the water tank, there's a finite amount of water in the drinking trough, and the cow is constantly drinking every like 3 seconds. So it's going to be taking water that'll be filled up, keep filling this up until this is out of water. Then when this is out of water, he'll be out of water. There'll be no water left, and we'll just simply say that. So yeah, basically, boom. Oh no, I'm out of water, and I'll have no water. There we go. Now, as I said before, it's a console application, which means it's going to look like this. Tanks out the other, and so on and so forth. Okay. Now let's start off with making a project. So, new project, Windows, console application. I'll just move to now in this it says console project called Drink Trough. And then we'll call it Drink Trough as well. Okay, so we'll start this off. It's generating the thing. It'll have one class called project. This will have the main method inside, which if you've done Java or C#, you'll know console applications, you'll understand sort of what it is. This is where all the program actually kicks off. So you can have all these other CS files, but then when it actually executes, it's going to be looking directly at this and shooting down from top to bottom. Okay, so that's sort of how the whole program is going to be run. However, we do need to make 3 other classes. As I said before, cow, water trough, and the water tank. So we'll start off at a new class. Now, if you refer to this, we're going to call it cow. Okay, now here we go. Now we need to make some attributes for this. We need 5 attributes, basically these ones. I'll just put them in and tell you what they mean. Yeah, basically thirsty level. This means what level the cow's dehydration level needs to be before it takes the drink. This is going to be later on. Max thirsty. This doesn't really get used, but it shouldn't ever be higher than 100. But I've left that out because I just think it's too complicated for the simple thing that we're doing here. And then of course there's a timer. So for every 3 seconds or so it's going to drink. And then for the EventHandler drinking. So in the main program, when you make a cow object, you're going to be able to say cow, whatever you call the cow, so we'll call it Daisy, Daisy.drinking, and then plus equals, and then a delegate. So yeah, we'll make a we made a constructor, CTOR, and then tab, and we'll make that. Basically, we'll just copy these. Okay. So I'll just copy these. Now, here we go. Now, dehydration counter. Drink counter has got to elapse. So when the interval elapses, so when it reaches the interval. Now, one trick you'll do here is that. Then click tab. And tab. Right. I'm not sure. Oh. I think that's still fine. It looks different from that, but if you get something different, I think it's fine. Nevertheless. Okay. Now copy this, and then instead of this, throw new. Oops, paste it in. Here we go. Now feeling thirsty. If we go here and we just click Control, hold Control, and then KM. Okay. Control K. Sorry, I've been using Visual Studio 2012 and I think the things are set up differently. However, never mind. Okay, so we got feeling thirsty, and that is this. Copy. And then paste. And then drink. So this is what is going to drink. Yeah. Okay, so that's obviously the drink method, and cow's water level is now such and such. This will need to be .2 string. Need to change it, sorry. Okay, so what happens here is it looks at the dehydration level, and if that's below the thirsty level, so in other words, if you're going to be losing 2 for each of the dehydration level every time it hits 3 seconds, so the dehydration level initializes at 50. So after about 10 or so times or whatever it is, that'll be close enough. That'll be under 35. So it'll need the feeling thirsty will run and it will return true. This is a conditional statement. This will be true and this will be false. You can use this to assign objects as well and so forth. And then finally it'll run the drink method and the dehydration will go up 10. Okay, and then we're not yet done. We need to write a new drink method. Okay. Now what this is basically it's there, obviously, and this is You see, so when it's feeling thirsty, it will kick off this event, this method, and this method is signed to drinking. And the drinking, as I said before, so you'll have a cow daisy, or drinking, plus equals in the delegate method. So what this will do, right, is it'll, in a nutshell, what will happen is, when it's feeling thirsty, it will hit this need drink method. The need drink method kicks off, and the handler will be filled with whatever the user on the main program level has assigned to it. So the handler will be basically on the program page and can be changed and so forth. We'll show you how to change it when it's required at runtime. And basically from there, if it's not null, which it won't be because you didn't assign it, it'll run it. So that's basically how the cow works. Have a whole method in the way that's here. You could just copy and paste that into a blank CS file. But yeah, so there, okay. Control Shift S and save that. And now it's time for the drinking cup. Okay. Right, now here we are. So you need to add 2 attributes and an event handler for that. Probably should have put this easier, but basically I'll just go down here and do it. Yeah. Right, so here we are. Water is 250, that's just what it starts off with, right? And then you have an event, so .fill up, so when it needs to be filled up, it gets filled up. Okay, now the method for the cow to drink, it needs to be run as well. This is okay, so this is the actual event method, so on fill up. So this will be, so I'll just copy in the code and then it's fine there. Probably gets quicker. Yeah, now this is the virtual method again. Okay. Right, now, space it out, make the code look right. Okay. Yeah, I think we're alright. Yeah, so anyways. So we have an int water, so that's the water amount in the drink trough. It needs to fill up. So when the cow's drunk, it needs to be filled up. When the cow is drinking, it's going to kick off the trough dot cow drink method. So the water will go down 35 minus equals 35, and then the trough after drinking amount will be water the water amount, and then it will run the on fill up method, which when you're running on the program, this is going to be linked up to the actual water tank, so it will empty that, run an empty method on that, and then basically it will fill the trough and the water will go up 55 points, and dropping down after filling is this. But yeah, so in a nutshell, that's what happens. And just steaming along here. There is a water tank method, so water tank class. Yeah, here we are. Okay, okay, from here, let's go and paste this. This is the simplest of the classes. Basically, you just need a constructor and setting the water amount. and then one empty method, which is basically getting rid of the water. You need this water to be public. Yeah, all the methods yeah, basically the dehydration level that didn't need to be public, but that the water tank and the trough, they need to be public so that we can run conditions on them to ensure basically, there we go, you might find this problem as well. So it's in the trough, event arms E. So because we did it differently, there. Okay, there we go. You might find that problem, so yeah, it's a good thing I'm sort of walking you through it. Anyway, back to what I was saying, you have three objects, tank and trough, they have a water, which means, which is public, so they use it to make sure they kick off the vents and so forth. But yeah, basically from there we go on to the actual program, and we need to create the three objects. Okay. Now from here, basically we create the three objects. Okay, so we've got a tank, which is a water tank, and a trough, got a drinking hole, and the cow's name is Daisy. Very traditional cow's name. Okay, the last thing we need to put in is this console read line. This is at the very end of the thing, so yeah, there you go. This was, for those of you who don't know what this is, you're never actually going to read anything in, you're not going to type anything in. However, if you don't have this, it just opens up in a second and closes the whole console, and you don't really see anything. So this is required to actually be able to read it. Okay, now the main programming is run through the cow.drink method, which is run on the cow's dehydration level being 50, starts off with being 50 and then goes below when it keeps drinking. So anyway, yeah, basically we'll start off with a drinking hole. Got to fill up. Okay. This lightning bolt is the event. Now click plus equals, and then you don't click tab this time. What you do is you click delegate, and then you do this, and then you put a semicolon at the end, and then I'll just copy it. Here we are. So drinking all day. Copy. And then you click on it. KM. Okay. We got in Visual Studio 2012. You can click KM. This is my old computer where I don't have Visual Studio 2012. It's what I do all the tutorials on. So yeah, basically, I didn't have that. But yeah, if I'm just waiting to see that. Okay, here we go. Now, yeah. Okay, so what this is doing is this method here is passing in the tank, drink of water and Daisy. Sorry, I need to make some changes to the thing, but Daisy should be here. I'll change it in the actual tutorial. I'm just making doing this now to check it as well. But I'll make a note of that, and I'll change that so you won't have to change it, because I know it'll be a pain. But yeah, so anyway, here we go. Now,
But basically, this method will be run there, and then from this you run that, and then yeah, okay. So basically, okay. I'll just put in the last method and I think everything's fine. Right, now. It's probably best just to look at the basic code and then read over it. Yeah, so here we go. So when you're done walking through the tutorial, just check it through this, because this is pretty well exactly what you want.
So yeah,
okay, so yeah, it should be working. I'll just check. Yeah. So that's done. I'll just run this to make sure that it all works. And I'll go back and just show you what it should look like. Because it's got a timer,
it's going to basically need a while to execute, so I'll probably just jump forward in the video. But basically it'll look like this, and there's no wall there. I think this is run like 7 times because of the timer is quickly. But the thing to notice here is tank's amount after empty is this, and then after the trough is empty over it. After filling is that, and then it gets down to 75. Tank's amount after empty is 30. So after it gets to a certain point and doesn't have enough water to fill up, it only worries about the trough drinking. It goes down, and so forth, and you know that, and then yeah, it's constantly telling you the cow's water level is that because it needs to drink. It's sort of that's what he says when he drinks. The water level is 34. But yeah, so anyway, that's what happens. Yeah, so let's see. I think I missed a bit, but yeah, so there's it's happening. So you're 75, it should be 30 next. 30, and yeah, basically we'll go from there. After this finishes and you see what it does, I'll explain to you exactly what the code's doing. Sorry if you're expecting good pictures, but yeah, there you go. So yeah, the water trough amount is dropping by 35 each time. So yeah, we'll start off with this. So drinking hole got filled up, so when it needs to be filled up is that. Well, what really kicks it off is the cow drinking, and the drink counter is the drink counter starts, and when it gets to 2 or something, it drinks. So when the cow drinks, it first checks if the water is below 50 and the water hole is above 50, and then it takes tank empty, so that's the empty method. And then drinking hole got cow drink, so cow's water goes, the drinking hole's water goes down. So tank empty, when that is run, basically, yeah, once the drinking hole gets to a certain point, it needs water to be filled up. So those are drinking fill up, and then it brings that. So I might not be explaining this well, but well, I'll just finish this up. So this will go down to 30, and yep, there's no water left. Current water level is 34, so that's the end of the program. So the cow will die in the real world afterwards, because you didn't supply it with enough water. Yeah. So anyways, back to the code. Okay. We start off here with cow drinking last. So cow drinking, and then if the water is that drinking hole, that cow drink is only run if, sorry, I haven't said this one. If the tank has enough water and the drinking hole is water, the drinking trough gets a cow drink method run on it, which means it loses a bit of water, and the tank empties, which means it puts more water into the drinking trough. When the tank water is below 50, it doesn't run the empty because it hasn't got sufficient water. But when the drinking hole water is that, it runs a cow drink. So okay, here we go. So we got the drinking hole, the fill up method equals drinking hole. So when it's filling up, it'll run this, and
you go shift F12, you'll see this, we'll just go here, so this is run on when the cow drink method is. So anyway, so it's run whenever the cow drink trough method is, the trough
method is run. So anyway, which is linked up to this method, which basically if the tank water is over 50, the drinking hole gets filled. Otherwise, if the drinking hole water, so the trough water is above 45, the drinking hole, those who are drinking, it needs to change the actual method to this one of what happens when the cow drinks. So what will happen is, if the drinking hole water is below 45, the counter will stop because it no longer can drink, and it will simply bring out there is no water left. I think the best way to learn this is for you to comprehend the tutorial and go through it. Partly because when I explain it, I don't think I'm making it clear enough, and I think partly because the best way for you to learn is to study it and go through it yourself. Okay, from here. So basically what happens is, in a nutshell, the whole system works that the cow drinks water, the water gets filled up from the tank and trough, eventually, runs out of water as well as the tank when the tank does. Then from that, I know I'm out of water. Okay, it's all at cobaltproductions.blogspot.com.au, and creating objects with event. Okay, it's put up in July 2013. It's the most recent tutorial that I've done. Yeah, just another word. There's another tutorial on there currently, and I'm intending to put up more. But if you do Android programming, there's a tutorial on how to sign your APKs to put it up to the Google Play. So this is just a quick reference that I've done. But yeah, also another thing, if you look up Cobalt Productions on the Google Play Shop, I've got a map up there currently. Hopefully I'll have more soon. But yeah, and yeah, it might be worth bookmarking this because I'm going to be putting up more and more tutorials and that might help you. Anyway, I hope this has been helpful and you learned something. And yeah, thanks for watching.